What's up, everybody, and welcome to Transit Online. My name is Danelle, and guys, happy Halloween! Hey, I'm just gonna put it out there. This is like my second outfit, cause hey, Halloween, you can have a lot of costumes. So today, I chose to be bacon. Yep, I am bacon. Who's gonna be eggs? Let me know, but let me know what kind of costumes you guys are gonna be wearing tonight when you go trick-or-treating. I am super pumped. Like, I love candy. Like, candy is, actually, sorry, I like chocolate more than anything. Like, chocolate is for me. I love Reese's Pieces or Reese's Pieces, like however you pronounce it. That is my jam. I can't wait for November 1st when Walmart and the other grocery stores have it half off. Ooh, I'll be there right as they open to buy it all. But hey guys, I'm so pumped you are tuning in today for Transit Online. Hey, if this is your first time, I mean your very first time, I want to let you know that Transit exists to help students discover a faith of their own. It's also a place you can come and have a ton of fun and also invite your friends. So if you haven't done it yet, I need you to subscribe, like this video, and share it with a friend. It's super easy. All you gotta do is click, copy link, share. Done and done. We don't want to be selfish here in Transit. We want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to hear about the love of Jesus and have as much fun as you and I are having right now. Which brings me to the next thing, guys. So here I realized that I have a unique taste in candy. So for real quickly, we're gonna go through a game called Do You Think This Candy is Good or Should We Yeet? Should we send this to the side? So what's gonna happen, we're gonna put a picture of a candy on the screen. In the chat, let me know if you like this candy or if you should yeet. Just send this candy to the side. All right, let's see the first candy. Whew, wax bottles. Oh, okay, see, these ones are pretty cool. If you don't know what they are, they're little candy bottles that taste like the pop. So you can get like root beer, cream soda, Coca-Cola, banana, I guess. But I actually enjoy them, so I'm gonna say keep. But what are you saying? Are you a yeet or are you a keep kind of person? I'm a keep for sure. All right, next one. Ooh, bottle caps. Bottle caps. That's not a song, but I felt like I should have sang it. We can eat this. I can eat this for sure. I don't know if I want to eat this. They sometimes burn your tongue. Does everyone get that? When you eat too many, it burns your tongue. Because of that, yeet. Let me know in the chat, what do you think? Are you gonna yeet it? Are you gonna eat it? Me for sure is a yeet. All right, next one. We're gonna do a couple more. Popcorn ball. Yeet. Next. This is yeet. What? This is a popcorn ball? Yeet. Okay, this is, okay, so the Americans call it Smarties. In Canada, we call it Rockets. Now these puppies, oh, they are for sure an eat. They are so good. You can have like so many, you can throw in the air, and they're like, they're delicious. So eat for sure. What do you guys think? What are you, are you guys a yeet or a keep kind of guy or gal? I'm gonna say eat for sure. Guys, I'm curious on what you guys are liking your favorite candy. So real quick right now, drop your favorite candy in the chat. If there's an emoji for it, drop it in the chat. Let me know because I'm curious. You guys already know what kind of things I like. Well, for sure didn't like that popcorn ball, but I definitely love Reese's Pieces. I want to drop that in the chat. That is like Reese's all day, every day. Okay, we're gonna do a second game. Today here in Transit Live, I know we're doing 2 games here in Transit. This game is called Is It True? Halloween Edition. Basically, what you need to do is there's gonna be a phrase on the screen. You gotta let me know in the chat if you think the phrase is true or if it's false. Are you all ready? All right, first one, let's take a look. I'm sweating, guys. Like, I'm like that pumped for Transit. Whew, okay. The first jack-o'-lanterns were actually made from turnips. Is it true or false? Okay, do you guys know what a turnip is? A turnip is basically like an onion. Am I right? It's more like a carrot, actually. That's what our producer's saying today. It's more like a carrot, not an onion. I am so off today. I'm wrong. What? Wait, actually, Actually, someone Google it. Someone Google and let me know in the chat if it's more like an onion or a carrot. Cause I don't know. Cause like it's round and it's like purple with like long. That's a turnip. I don't know. But let me know, do you think it's true or false was the first jack-o'-lanterns made from turnips? They had to be round because pumpkins are round, and how can you carve a carrot? You can't carve a carrot? Ugh. Okay. I'm gonna say true. Let's see. Drum roll, please. Hey, I was right. Did it? Oh. First one, I got it right. All right, second, let's see. Halloween is the highest grossing commercial holiday. False. Big false. Has Halloween seen Christmas? Like, can we be real here? There's nothing. There is absolutely nothing like Christmas. Whew. People be like, just money at Christmas. Like, ooh. So I'm gonna say false. Let me know what you think in the chat. Are we on the same page? Are we one? Huh? Let's see, am I right? Hey, it is Christmas. I knew it. Okay, next question. The largest pumpkin ever measured was grown by Norm Carvin, because getting Carvin, who broke the world record in 1993 with a 953-pound pumpkin. Is this true or false? Hey, don't Google it. I know you can. Don't open that new tab. Just off the top of the dome. Off the top of the dome, put in the chat. What do you think? Did Norm Carvin break the world record in 1993? I know most guys weren't even born in 1993. I was. All right, I'm gonna say it's true because I feel like Norman seems like a cool guy. Seems like he really worked for this. I'm gonna say yeah, this is true. Absolutely. What do you guys think? True or false? Let's see if we're right. Norman let me down. Wow. Thanks, Norman. Thank you. False. It was actually 836 pounds. Oh, so Norman didn't let me down, actually. It was just not as heavy as that. But cool. Let's do a couple more. Next. The first known mention of trick-or-treating in print in North America occurred in 1927 in Blackie, Alberta, Canada. Is that true or false? Blackie, Alberta. Is that a true spot? Does anyone know that? Is that a true spot? Blackie? No? We don't know here in transit. You have no idea. We're not amazing at geography. You guys know this. You've been a part of transit for a while. You know that I am not good at geography. But I'm gonna say this is true because, Canada, I wanna hold it down. I wanna be the first ones to do whatever. So I'm gonna say yes. In 1927. That's actually before my grandma was born too. Wow, a long time. And she's old, she's really old. Okay, I'm gonna say it is true, and the answer is, hey, okay, Blackie, Alberta, y'all did a good job there, Blackie. All right, let's do one last one. Let's take a look. Mexico is believed by many to be the birthplace of Halloween. I can see it. They have this holiday. What is it called? You guys know what I'm talking about. Disney made a movie about it. What is it called? Day of the Dead! Yeah! Thank you, Victoria. Victoria's producing today, and she is holding it down. Yeah, Day of the Dead. So I feel like that's kind of close to like what Halloween kind of is. So I'm gonna say true. I hope I'm right. But let's take a look. Let me know what you guys put in the chat. Is it true or false? It is false. We went through all that to find out it ain't true. It ain't true. Wow, what an amazing game. Oh man, I love playing games here in Transit. And hey, if you are tuning in for the first time, I'll let you know that we are heading into our message. And today's a one-off message. We are talking all about money. Money, 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 money. Yes, the moolah. And hey, Christmas is coming. Yes, I said it. I know Halloween is not even over yet, but Christmas is coming and you might be getting some Christmas money, some birthday money. So we want to make sure that you are ready and you guys have the wisdom that you need in order to do what you need to do with that money. So today we're going to talk about what it looks like to have money, be wise with that money. Before we do that, I'm just going to pray. Let's pray. Father God, I thank you so much for every single person here in Transit who is watching here online. God, thank you that we're able to have so much fun, able to laugh, be silly. And God, I thank you so much for the message we're about to hear. God, I pray you open our ears and our minds and our hearts to be able to hear from you. God, thank you so much for loving us. We love you. In your name pray. Amen.
What's up, friends? My name is Jessica, and today I've got some thoughts about money. Have you ever thought about what you would do with $1 million? Better yet, have you ever asked someone what they would do with $1 million? $1 million. I did. I asked my friends. Here's what they said.
That's funny because I always thought what I will do, but actually if I have it, I will probably buy a second house and pay my first house so my mom can move closer.
Well, first I would tithe, and then I would invest in a shoe collection, cause like shoes are expensive and I have zero shoe game. Zero shoe game.
I would just use the $1 million to fly to wherever Taylor Swift is and use it to bribe her to be my friend.
I think I would buy an island and move all of my friends and family to that island, grow our own food, everybody quit their jobs.
I've always wondered what it would be like if there was a giant kid-sized pool full of pasta. So if I could pay someone, I don't know how much it would cost, and so that's why I feel like $1 million would do it.
I think I will buy a house. Like that's for real. I will buy a house maybe by the beach, you know, like the $1 million houses by the beach. That's what I would do.
Those are the best $1 million dreams. You may have noticed that some of my friends seem to have put lots of thought into what they do with that money, and others, maybe not so much. Unfortunately, we're not just talking about the way we'd all use our millions if we actually had them. We're gonna talk about something else. Something that's pretty important when it comes to money. Now, maybe you're thinking, what? I can't make any money yet. And if I don't make money yet, why are we even talking about this? I am so glad that you're thinking that. Because when it comes to money, you may not have a lot of control over it, but you're certainly aware of how it affects your life. Maybe you feel the struggle around money in your home because your family can't afford the things you need to get by. Maybe you've never really talked about money with anyone before, so you're not even sure this is a safe topic to talk about. Maybe you see your favorite athletes or influencers or YouTubers making so much money and you want to be like them someday. Maybe you just really, really wish you had more of it. I think most of us can relate to that. I know I can. The point is this: money is a real part of our real lives. It has an impact on so much of the way we live. And because of that, it's an important thing to talk about and hopefully get a better understanding of together. I think for a lot of us, money isn't something we talk about every day. Maybe you don't talk about it with your friends, and maybe it never comes up at the dinner table with your family. But whether you realize it or not, it's definitely something you think about. We all do. We all have a certain idea of what it looks like to have money. Think about the influencers you follow on TikTok or Instagram. They're young, they're cool, and what do they probably all have in common? They're rich. They're making a lot of money with each post, and we know it. They show it in the way they dress, the places they live, the things they buy, the vacations they take. I think a lot of us would admit there are times we wished our lives looked a little more like that, right? I know I've wished that before. If I had money like them, I'd have all the status, influence, and fame I could ever want. A lot of us are tempted to see money as an answer to the things that we want in life. We think if we have enough to get that next cool thing, we'll be happy. But the thing I'm learning is that there's always going to be a next thing. That cycle doesn't end. The more we get, the more we want. Looking at money that way creates an appetite or a desire for more. And the reality is we're never going to be satisfied with what we get because the appetite for more never goes away. And ultimately, that leads to a lot of disappointment and frustration. Maybe you think about money in a different way. You feel trapped when it comes to money because you don't have a lot of control over it. You don't work, so you can't make your own money. And you can't control how your parents spend it or even what they make. You can't make decisions about how the money is spent in your life. You think if you had more money, you'd have more freedom too. Maybe from going through a global pandemic, you became more aware of money than you ever have before. Maybe you experienced a lack or a loss that you hadn't before. Maybe a parent lost a job, or your school didn't have enough funds for technology to do distance learning. Or maybe there were a lot less presents under the Christmas tree last year. Or you weren't sure where the next meal was going to come from while school was closed. This year, you're feeling the weight of money in your life more than ever before. Maybe this is a hard topic for some of you because the struggle is real when it comes to money. Your family is always tense about money because they don't have what they need. And so you're motivated to want more money, but for very good reason. You need it to survive. You need it to help your family put food on the table, or to get new clothes, or to pay the bills to stay in your home. And for some of you, this leads to a lot of anger around money. Maybe toward others who have it, maybe toward your parents for how they've spent it, maybe even toward God for not providing it for you. Or maybe money brings out a lot of judgment. If your family has it or isn't struggling with it, you wonder why families aren't in the same position. And without even realizing it, you feel like people who aren't in your situation didn't make good choices or should just work harder to get more. You're comparing their circumstances to your own, and that's bringing out a lot of judgment. No matter how you feel about money or what your status with it is, here is what I want you to know. Money isn't bad. It can actually solve a lot of problems in the world. Money can actually fix some of the things in your life. It can give you a roof over your head or a meal on your table and help you feel safe and taken care of in your home. You see, money itself isn't the problem here. It's the heart or the attitude we have toward it that can lead to problems. Our attitude toward money matters. It matters more than the amount of money we have, because that attitude affects what we do with it and how we think about it. It affects the way we live. And that's why no matter how much or how little we have, my hope for today is that we'll all be able to change our attitudes towards this stuff. The good news is that people have been talking about attitude toward money for a really long time. About 2,000 years ago, a guy named Paul wrote a letter to his friend Timothy. Paul was a little older and a little wiser than Timothy, so he often wrote down important things he wanted his friend to know. One of the things he wrote about? Money. Let's take a look at the first part of what Paul said to Timothy. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. So Paul was saying here that money isn't bad. It isn't what brings us problems or frustration or anger or judgment. As Paul put it, it's the love of money that can lead us to all kinds of evil. And that's the problem. If we aren't paying attention, our love or want for money can influence us to do things we wouldn't normally do. Things like lying or manipulating other people to get what we want, or taking what isn't ours, or staying in bad relationships, refusing to share what we have, or saying yes to things we know aren't good for us, or acting out of anger or frustration because we don't have what we need. Let's take a look at what Paul said next. And some people, craving money, have wandered from the true faith and pierced themselves with many sorrows. So what Paul meant here is that you crave, or if you love money, you'll never feel like you have enough. And sometimes when we find ourselves really focused on something we want, like money, we run the risk of letting it affect every area of our life. And that includes our faith. We might even find ourselves looking to money to meet the needs that Jesus wants to fill in our lives. We sometimes use money to provide us with things that Jesus already promises to give us. Here's what I mean. Maybe you want to buy new shoes because everyone at school is wearing them, and you don't want to be the only one not wearing them. But the thing is, Jesus already says that we belong without those shoes. Or maybe you want the newest iPhone to get noticed. But the thing is, Jesus already sees the real us and doesn't need a phone to get his attention. Or maybe you want more likes on Instagram. But Jesus already likes us. Maybe you want more money to help your family pay the bills or put food on the table, which is a really good reason to want money. So is it wrong to want that stuff? To look forward to being able to buy the cool shoes or get the phone or count your likes or even just help out your family? Definitely not. There's nothing wrong with wanting stuff like that. But we need to be careful to not let our attitude toward money become something we want more than anything else in our lives. Jesus promises and gives us so many good things, and we often don't want to miss those things because we're looking for them somewhere else. So what do? What attitude are we supposed to have? Well, let's take a look at something Jesus shared with his followers. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Jesus was telling us that the things we value and think are important are our treasures. Actually, let me show you something. These things, our treasures, they're what we focus a lot of our energy on. The things we treasure impact things like what we do and who we are and what we want. If we make money and material things our treasure, that's what we'll focus on in our lives. That's what will be most important to us. It'll be where our heart is. But here's the thing, money and what it can buy may seem valuable now, but these things are temporary. They don't last beyond our lifetime on earth. But when we focus on and treasure things that last forever, our hearts will be in the right place. What are these things that last forever? Well, they're the things in God's kingdom here on earth that have an impact in heaven. They're the things that God values and really cares about. And here's the thing. Sometimes money is needed to invest our hearts into things God cares about. Things like using our money to help people in need or buying a Bible so we can get to know God better. But other times, they're not material things. They're not always things that money can buy. They're things like having a relationship with God or showing love to the people around us, being kind and compassionate to others, respecting those who are different than us, being generous with what we have, or meeting the needs of other people, having faith that God will take care of us, or using our words to build others up, or trying to live as God tells us to live. And all of these things, these are the things that we should treasure. These are the things that we should focus our hearts and our minds on. In fact, God calls us to invest all of our lives and resources, including our money, on these things. Because the truth is, those are the things that will last. Money is something that matters while we're here on earth, but there are other things that matter even more. Things that God wants us to love and care about. You see, money matters, but your attitude around it matters more. So how can we be sure that we have the right attitude when it comes to money? Well, we can start by asking ourselves two things. The first is ask yourself this question: how do you feel about money? Do your feelings about money affect the way you act or talk or live? Do you feel angry or embarrassed when the topic of money comes up? Do you obsess over all the things that you could potentially buy with the money you do have? Do you spend a lot of time thinking about money? Do you compare yourself to others when it comes to what you have or don't have? Do you find yourself doing things you wouldn't normally do in order to get money? By figuring out what you feel when money comes up, you'll be able to see how money might be affecting the way you act and talk and live. Then ask yourself this question: what change do you need to make in your attitude toward money? Maybe it's shifting the way you use it if you have it. Maybe it's addressing some of the anger you feel around it. Maybe it's asking for help when you need it. Maybe it's changing the way you see people who have more or less of it than you do. Now, I know that for some of you, your feelings toward money revolve around the fact that you need it to simply survive. You need food, you need clothes, you need a place to sleep. We're not asking you to not get what you need. Money can help you with getting what you need, and that's super important. That's something I'd love for you to talk to your group leader about today, actually, because the need is real, and your leaders not only want to talk with you about it, they want to help you figure it out. Whatever it is, let's decide today to make a change in the way we see money. Let's be careful to not let money become an obsession that tries to meet needs that Jesus wants to fill in our lives. And let's change our attitude about money to revolve around what God thinks is important on this earth and in heaven. Let's commit to being a group of people who know that money matters, but our attitude around it matters more. And because it matters so much, it's important that we keep talking about it together as we figure it out. And while talking about money might not be the easiest thing to do sometimes, remember you are not alone in figuring this thing out. That's really why we have groups, so that we can all have a place where we can talk about what we're thinking and learning and ask questions together.
Wow, what an amazing message. I'm so glad we're able to hear that. And to be honest, the things that we heard today, I'll probably put into place myself because I think we all need to be wise with the money that we have. But hey guys, Transit is over, but it's not gonna be done for the rest of the year. We are starting a brand new series next week, and of course, we're having a ton more games, so make sure that you tune in again next week for Transit Online at 10:30. It's gonna be a good time all the time. Have a good weekend, guys. Peace out.